Balifo Park and welcome to another episode of our weekly review show here on our YouTube channel. A busy week for the White Tigers with 2 games for the first team and a game for the reserves to look back on, as well as looking forward to games for all 3 of our teams, including 2 for the first team over the next 7 days. But we start this week's episode by looking back to last week's game here at Balifo Park when the first team took on Hartley Wintney in the Southern League Premier South.
Truro started well and both Rocky Neal and Matt Wright had chances. City broke the deadlock on 23 minutes. Finley Krask found Matt Wright out wide, whose cross took a deflection and beat the goalkeeper for 1-0. Hartley Wintney levelled the scores against the run of play 8 minutes later. Zidan Akers finished well past Heyman to make it 1-1. Into the second half and Truro's dominance continued. Will Dean hit a shot wide before Rocky Neal forced the keeper into a fine stop at the near post. Neal was then denied on the line twice with 2 opportunities before the keeper tipped a headed header over the bar before Ryan Brett's late strike was pushed away as the game ended in a draw at Balifo Park.
A frustrating afternoon for the White Tigers. They couldn't break down a dogged Hartley side as the scores ended 1-1 here at Balifo Park. We now hear the thoughts of manager Paul Wotton, who we caught up with after the game.
Paul, 1-1 draw here against Hartley Wintney. Your thoughts on that one?
I have no idea. We've not won the game. Well, I do. We've missed too many clear-cut chances. Ridiculously dominant. Hartley really battled, but we got into so many good areas. Hit the first man too many times. Decision making wasn't great in the final third, and you can't miss chances like that, and give away a goal like you did. So it's hard to be negative, to be honest.
Frustrating with the amount of chances you had not to get that second goal?
Yeah, frustrating is the word. I think everyone's frustrated, aren't they? There's an awful lot of negativity surrounding the place today. Western have scored in the last minute. Who cares? Couldn't give 2 hoots. It's all about us. But that's 2 points dropped, undoubtedly. But pick ourselves up. The pitch was incredibly heavy. I thought we moved the ball great, passed, stuck to our principles, and it wasn't our day today. I mean, Hartley dug in and worked really hard, and credits them for that. But we've battered them. Do you know what I mean? We've absolutely dominated the game and dominated territory and possession and chances. And don't take chances. You're not gonna. We needed a second goal, and it just didn't quite get it.
And I know obviously we didn't win the game, but the one positive you can take from it is they kept going right to the end, didn't they, City? We had chances up until the 90th minute.
Listen,
wasn't it?
I've said I would never ever point the fingers at my boys for not trying. We were relentless in our efforts to win the game, absolutely. So it's hard to put a negative on it. The goal was obviously the only negative in the game, really. We could be better in the final third, of course we can, with a couple of little decisions and things like that. But now the boys, kept going and gave everything they had, and on another day you win 4-5. But today it wasn't that.
And on to Poole Tuesday night. It's a relentless schedule, as we know, and back on the road. Not well. Was that in your mind when you think about the team selection today, or?
Yeah, well, I wasn't thinking that we got the game Tuesday, so that the third game this week on heavy pitches. So. It didn't weaken the team at all, and it had no reflection on the result at all. So listen, we've also a couple of them were enforced as well. We've got Sullivan Addlesbury injured, boys nursing hamstrings and stuff. So, but they have to get on with it.
Yeah,
they have to get on with it. It's too. You can pick them up. Just said in there, just come on then, let's go, get on with it, get a shower. There's nothing you can do about that performance today. This performance was great, and if we perform like that in the next 13 games, I'll be happy. But it is a relentless schedule, but everyone goes through it, and that's the difficulty in this league. When games keep getting called off all the time, it will catch up eventually, and you just got to try and manage it and get through it as best you can. And we're doing all we can to get through it.
Poole were dominant in Dorset and had the first chance of the game. James Heyman pushed away a shot before the hosts fired an attempt wide at the near post. Harry Hutchinson then opened the scoring. A header from a free kick was brilliantly saved by Heyman onto the post, but the ball rebounded and the defender reacted well to tap home from close range. The Dolphins doubled their lead on the brink of half-time. Striker Toby Holmes took advantage of a Truro defensive mistake as he passed the ball into the empty net for 2-0. James Heyman then made a good stop to deny Holmes early in the second half, before Finlay Crask forced the keeper into a good stop at the near post. New signing Harvey Greenslade crossed for Tyler Harvey, but the forward couldn't adjust his feet and connect with the ball. Truro were much improved in the second half and had chances, but Poole put the game to bed 10 minutes from time. Toby Holmes ran through and slotted past the keeper to succumb Truro to only their third league defeat of the season. So a disappointing 3-0 defeat for the White Tigers. They were well beaten by Poole Town on Tuesday evening in the Southern League Premier South at the Black Gold Stadium. We now hear the thoughts of manager Paul Wotton.
So Poole, a 3-0 defeat here in Dorset. Your verdict on that one?
I think we got exactly what we deserved. Listen, Poole were better than us tonight, and you can't go into a game, or not into a game, sorry, you can't have a game of 90 minutes and have 7 or 8 of your boys way below par. So, no, we got what we deserved. First half, I thought we were really passive in our play. Didn't lack energy. I thought the boys were working hard enough, but Poole outpassed us, outplayed us, looked like more of a threat. Having said that, the 2 goals we conceded were awful from our point of view, and Hammy hasn't really had a save to make other than that. But Poole fully deserved their 3 points tonight. The official, I'm at a loss for words with some of the decisions. They're not the reason we lost the game, and I'm taking nothing away from Poole, but I don't think arrogance is a good trait in life, and we'll highlight that in our report. So, but Poole were better than us, hands in every department.
Was it the start, perhaps, that were you happy with the start at all? I know, because it was first 5 minutes, we had a couple of chances, didn't we?
Yeah,
but
first 5 minutes,
yeah.
85 minutes we didn't. But it's listen, we had a gallop up second half, and if we'd scored and make it 2-1, we missed a couple of chances. Who knows? But it's too little, too late. Poole are a good team, always have been. They use the pitch better than us, the surface better than us, move the ball quicker than us, we're faster to the ball than us. 1 more second balls than us, 1 more first contacts than us first half, and it's too little too late against a good team. To gift them 2 goals is always going to be an uphill struggle, but as 30 league games, we lost 3. We've got a game on Saturday. Said to him, you can't feel sorry for yourselves, you've got to lick your wounds. Tonight's been an off day. It's the first time all season I can say we've been thoroughly outplayed. So listen, we take your medicine, as the saying goes. Recover, react. We've got another game Saturday. We've got a busy schedule, so you can't feel sorry for yourselves. We've been beat by the better team tonight. That's it.
The reserves picked up another victory in the Superior League as they defeated St Agnes 3-2. Despite leading 2-0, St Agnes came back to 2-2 before George Newton fired in a late winner to secure a big 3 points for the White Tigers. It's a big week for the first team as they look to bounce back from 2 poor results when they take on Swindon Supermarine, who are playoff chasing on Saturday away from home, before they're back here on Tuesday evening when they take on 3rd place Cheshire United in a crunch match in the Southern League Premier South. The reserves are also in action this weekend. They take on Hale at home in Treguy Fields in the Superior League, and for action and reaction from all 3 of those games, make sure to tune into next week's show. I've been Cameron Weldon, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.